What's up guys, Manny from Motomillion. This is a 2025 Panigale V4 and I'm about to show you how to take your side fairings off. We're going to first start with your lower side fairings. You have 4 bolts on each side and one of those bolts are hidden. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And it's in the same location on your other side, but this plastic cover is not there, so it's hidden inside here. And then there's 2 bolts in the bottom also that we're going to take off. Now that the bolts are out of your side panels and from the bottom, there is a pin in the front that is on a grommet. So make sure that you just pull this out slightly and you're going to pull this back gently to get it out. And then this piece will come out and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. And our hidden bolt is right in here. You're going to need a long T-handle. And just get in there, you'll see it, you won't miss that bolt. Then this side is ready to come out. Again, there is a pin over here where we're gonna gently remove these. And then make sure you watch for your shift lever there and pull this pin out. And finally inside, there's an air intake here to cool around the quick shifter area, and you're just gonna unclip that and it'll come right out. Now we're gonna take this piece out and there is a bolt here, one here, and then we're gonna have to come up and take some plastic panels off of here. So let's first do this and then we'll lower the bike and take the panels out and we're gonna repeat the same thing on the other side. Now that we removed the 2 bolts of the air tube covers, which is one on the front, one on the side, now we could gently get this off its tabs. It's pretty bendy, and then you pull back a little bit and it comes loose. And then we're gonna pull this out of place just like this, and then it'll reveal our top bolt that's right here. Now that the bolts for this panel are loose, we're gonna have to work a little more around the front and the bottom of the bike. There's 1 bolt here we're gonna take off, and also there's 2 bolts on each side that holds this fairing piece so that we can get room to remove this. Now that the bolts on that side are off, we're going to take the bolt off on this side. And if you're following along, this bottom piece, it clicks in there, so you just have to unclick it to get it off. But let's get this off, and then we're going to move on with the panels. So now we're getting to the tricky part. This side is loose, the front is loose now. You're going to put your 2 fingers here and push this gently forward, and then this will pop out from this pin here, and then we're going to pull this away. There is a pin here that we could unclip it just by running your hands. You'll see that the pin is loose now. Now you want to watch out not to scratch around here too much by moving it, but there is a pin also that's here, and imagine that pin is like a C, which is open this way. So we're going to pull this panel out this way and it should free this panel. Now that this panel is out, let me show the orientation of this clip that I mentioned. That's like a C. So it's in there like this. So you're going to have to pull this out this way. And this is that pin that's on the side that's right here that we popped out first. So if you took a look, my hand placement was something like this on this to pull this up. But it's kind of not intuitive because then you got to pull it back once it's out of this clip, because there's this pin here that holds it forward that you got to pull it right out. We're going to repeat the same steps on this side, except this doesn't have that tricky clip on the back part of it, so it's going to be a little easier. If you're still following along, don't get frustrated. All of these things are pretty simple, but now it gets a little unconventional. It's not complicated, everything is still accessible. So we got 3 bolts in the front, 1 in the middle of the bike and 2 in the sides, in the bottom, in the front that we're going to take off. And then we're going to go along and we're going to take off 1 bolt from here, and then there's 2 other bolts on the inside, which I'll show you when I pull it off because it's so tight in there, there is no way to get the camera in there, but you guys will get a good visual of which bolts they are once we pull it off, and I'll show it to you because this piece from the right and the left side, this is one piece that we're going to pull right out. And these are the bolts that I'm talking about that are hard to get. There's 1 here and there is 1 right next to it. These are actually the chassis mounts for the Winglet. So we're going to get those bolts out and then we're going to pull the front end out. Well, our side fairings are off, and if you got this far and you're trying to change your windscreen to get your headlight fairing off, there is 2 bolts on each side over here that you'll take off to remove it. It's fairly easy. And also if you're trying to put radiator guards on the motorcycle, now this piece is a big piece over here, and there is nuts that you'll see right on the top of the lower oil cooler guard, and then you could just pry it forward to get everything in. But that's pretty much it. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.